Was Jack here for the previous game? Huh? Was Jack here? Who commentated South Africa? Nobody?
Someone did. But
Oh, good.
yeah. I was good in that one.
And what did you do?
Lorna.
Lorna.
Yeah. L-O-R-N-A.
L-O-R-N-A.
A.
Hey, Lorna.
Yeah.
Oh, this is him. Okay, Lorna.
Yeah, the program. Yeah, right one, yeah. Sweet, thank you.
Right, good morning to the South African listeners and to the GB listeners from Sheffield here at Pond Forge Pool. Game number 93, South Africa playing against GB, who will be playing black, South Africa white. And the GB team, we're just waiting for the list to be updated to see which two players won't be playing. Joining me in the commentating box, good day Lorna.
Hello.
A well-experienced age group player.
Yeah,
And it's always good to have young ladies contributing and supporting the sport and being prepared to come and commentate. We're just waiting for the overlay just to be sorted out here by Lorna, and to the sponsors coming on board, thank you very much. We've just seen a very, very highly, tightly contested game here. South Africa against GB. South Africa drawing in the last 2 minutes, making it 3-all. And the tournament now at day 4. We've started on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We've touched the halfway mark. And players and teams are now playing for position for the playoff to start on Thursday. Right, for South Africa, Amy. Number 3, Luria, the captain. Number 4, Angela. Number 5, the 6, vice-captain Shantae. 7, Abigail. 9, Zoe. 10, Gemma. 13, Zana. 14, Bronwyn. And for the women, GB, Megan. Number 2, 3, Ella. 4, Rochelle. 5, Abigail. 6, Tegan. 7, Chloe. 8, Victoria. 9, Abby. 10, Jasmine. 11, Rosie. 12, Pearl. And 13, Daisy Wright. Very young South African ladies team, with 9 players here, and I think you guys are all, you got 10 players, 6 in the water, 4 in the substitution box. Lorna?
Yeah, we've got Tegan and Megan sat out for this match, and we've just switched to the underwater camera. Oh, sorry.
Megan sitting out, and right, so we have the start of play, kick-off. GB starting hard on the attack here with their left-handed player coming off the far side of the wall. Stoppage and play here by the refs, infringement seen. Body blocking, barging, a radio warning against the South African player here. Early barging, as you could see that the GB was heavily on the attack there, with the wing coming out fast on the far side of the pool, picking it up again by the left-handed player, Lorna.
Rachel Davis, the captain, taking. You can just see GB good on that set play. Abby Calvert here looking for the drive to lay it back. Some good driving going on by GB, but it's intercepted, and we've got a rest call. It's barging by Great Britain. South Africa getting an advantage puck. Great Britain being pushed back up the ball.
Yeah, our coach for the 19 ladies team is Kevin Langston. His 2 daughters are playing in the 24 ladies team, with Yvette sitting in the spectator pavilion. And off the GB women go again, opening up space, trying to create momentum. South African take it off from their stick and play it into the far side of the wall. Underneath the substitution box, refs in good position. And
Dick infringement by South Africa.
Yeah, no, again stoppage and play. GB heavy on the attack. South Africa hasn't been in the UK half yet, the GB half. With advantage back to GB on the 2-meter line, underneath the substitution box, swimming straight into the goal danger area. Picked up by GB, and they should finish it off. Good defense here by South Africa. Well done, South Africa. Keeping the bodies down. as a good coverage there by the camera. You could see they were very, very, very close.
And
Illegal stopping by South Africa, so that's a penalty, which means that you'll have 2 GB players in the water and 1 South African defending player. Good play by GB in the first 2.5 minutes of the game, being in the half of South Africa the whole time. You can only be 2 in the water, GB. I think they didn't see it was a penalty. They probably thought it was an advantage pack for them.
Bit of a panic there from GB.
So both GB players and this African player need to be above the water until the buzzer goes, and behind the puck for GB. Good play there by the ref, just assisting the player. And this African player's one hand needs to be on the side of the pool as she drops down. And a goal scored, picked up by the GB, and just finished it off in the puck. Confirming the goal scored by a number.
For Rachel Davis, captain. A great flick, great clean flick there by Rachel Davis. Sensational player from Team South West.
Yeah, that's Rachel.
Yeah.
We commentated together the previous match.
Yeah, and you wanted to steal her, and I thought, absolutely not.
No, Rachel doing very well. They're finishing it off, staying calm, and just drawing the South African defender out, and then finishing it off with a small little flick into the goal box. Well done, GB. South Africa need to get the puck, need to swim it into the GB half, put some pressure on them with the team timeout being called. There you see Rachel's name on the scoreboard. Has Kevin called team timeout? What timeout? We see some Kevin in the coaching box. Oh, I think he's been warned. It looks like somebody from the deck talking there to Kevin Langston, whispering something into his ear. We couldn't see that. We're sitting in the commentating box, looking down onto court A, but watching the screen as you see it there, live coverage, good streaming.
Some
off
good
they go.
numbers down there for South Africa and good momentum behind the puck. Great switching, looking for support, but isn't quite found. And then we've got
Good pick up there.
Good recovery by South Africa there.
Yeah, it's a 3-meter pool. And most countries don't have the privilege of having a 3-meter pool, but the best hockey gets played in a 3-meter pool. So to get your timing right and your breath hold right in a 3-meter pool is always a challenge, but much better hockey gets played in a 3-meter pool because you can open it up more. The players aren't so on the puck. And here in Sheffield we have a fantastic 3-meter pool at the Ponds Forge International Sports Centre. And South Africa get the advantage puck and they swim it up hard into the GB defence. GB picking it up, but unfortunately just flicking it into the open area where the South African player was waiting for it. South Africa much better now with 11 minutes 33 seconds left in the first half. And South Africa still got the puck picked up by GB. Good play there by GB, Lorna.
Yeah, South Africa a lot better on the numbers and momentum and the good body positioning today, I'm noticing. But now we've got a drive up the wall, but the support wasn't there for GB. We had one GB player making a drive with 3 South Africans surrounding her.
Yeah, unfortunately if you're GB players, you were 3-on-1, and she just couldn't get the puck out to the open side play. And turned and gave South Africa opportunity to get the players down to bottom, picking it up. Well played South Africa, and GB take the puck and swim it to the far side of the pool underneath the substitution box. An infringement called against GB. Good play there by South Africa, as this young team is really coming to the party. 9 players representing South Africa with I think it's Zono Deer from Gauteng, and Gemma Miller, Bronwyn, Jana, Abigail, Shante, Angela, Lurie and Amy making us proud, with Mark de Villiers joining me here in the commentating box. Good morning, Mark. Right, and off we go. Infringement called just as the GB ladies were getting going. Infringement called. Let's see if it's against South Africa. Substitution taking place. Puck placed on the 2-meter line inside South Africa half. And it's good having Lorna joining me in the commentating box, a lady who's represented her country on numerous occasions. And I
Not
think
just
you
the
were gold
once.
medalist? Not?
I wish.
Okay.
Just represented the country once.
Right, it was close.
Yeah. Almost got to play at Castellon in 2015, but not quite.
Okay. That's Africa defending well, keeping the bodies in a good position and swimming it into corner and staying down well there by the South African defender. GB, look at the position of that GB goal. You really can't stop that position.
Interesting drive into the corner there by Great Britain.
Yeah.
So we know it's not the best position to attack goal from, so
Yeah.
potentially GB just trying to, they're a bit tired and wanting to look for an easy route, but that back route is not an easy route to take.
Okay, and off we go. Let's get the camera to show at the bottom of the pool as off GB goes, swimming hard into the open face area, trying to get the puck in the 3 meter danger area for South Africa. South Africa picking it up right in front of the goal space. And hard swim here by the South African players, being prepared to play. And yes, good play by GB.
Great play there by Chloe Edwards, the vice captain. Rachel Davis, the captain, coming in here, trying to stop that. But South Africa again down with the numbers, again good with the drive, up the wall.
Excellent there by Lurie van der Walt, the captain from Northwest. Must be the Millie Meal, the Papatse Eet, giving us some extra energy there.
Sparging by Great Britain. Great Britain pushed back into their half. They get South Africa now getting an advantage puck on this near side wall, and there's a timeout being called by Joe Pitchforth there, the coach of Great Britain.
I think the coach will just mention to them, girls, you are in the South African half, you need to finish it off. You're playing well till you get to the goal area, and then you don't have bodies down. Good play by South Africa, getting their bodies in position to defend the wave of the GB oiled machine. As you see the flag on the back there, beautiful aquatic centre we have here with lovely ablution facilities. Like I said this morning when we walked in, it was clean, polished and neat. The cafeteria, fresh coffee. As you walk in, you smell the coffee, and it's good to be in a place like this with a nice chill down room at the top. Fantastic facility for spectators. Excellent coverage with a big monitor at Court A showing the game live. Court B has got live coverage as well on smaller screens in the pavilion. So there's no excuse for the spectators not to come and watch. South Africa will start on the advantage on the halfway line, on the 2 meter line inside the pool. They go, keeping bodies at the bottom. 2, 4, 5 South African players. GB getting their bodies down with a strong, I think that's your strong Rachel there defending.
We've got a drive here
good
by
play.
Rachel's team.
Yeah, no,
Daisy
Rachel
Wright.
is an excellent player.
No, it's Daisy Wright who plays with Rachel, flicking it to Rachel Davis.
Yeah.
Got a cool
Well,
arrest here.
that was good play.
Stick
Penalty.
infringement. Penalty goal awarded to Great Britain there. Obviously not so much of a clean defending from South Africa.
I didn't see the obstruction or what the incident caused for the penalty goal, but obviously it was a very severe infringement made in the 3 meter area. But good play there from GB. I don't think even a good oiled under 24 team could stop that under 19 wave. GB taking it from the kickoff, playing it out to the wide side on the 2 meter line inside the half of South Africa. South Africa's got bodies down. Just don't allow these GB girls to get swimming, as they have very strong swimmers picked up there by Lurie again. Looks like Lurie van der Walt putting a body on the line.
It was good work there by number 6, the vice captain, who was pushing up the wall and then realised her mistake of gloving and turned her stick over. So I'm quite impressed with that, because there have been a fair few gloving calls in this world on that right side wall.
Yeah. Lorna, Shantae Breshler being very prominent in that move, putting pressure on GB, causing them allowing them to make an infringement on the 2 meter line just inside the half. South Africa prepared to play into open space. See if they can't get their speedsters going. Intercepted by GB. Picked up by South Africa, bringing it out to the side again. and she'll draw it back to her player on the inside at the right moment. She'll pick it up. Good swim there. And infringement again.
So team warming for illegal use of the free arm to South Africa. If they do that again, they might suffer a player being sent out, which you don't want to happen. It's unfair on your other players.
Yeah, team warning is upside down thumbs up, or parallel or horizontal thumbs up. And off we go again. GB on the advantage. As Lorna said, a team warning for, was it barging against Africa?
Illegal use of the free arm.
Right, so South Africa's got to be careful, get their bodies in the right position, don't unnecessary barge. Swimming up on the far side of the pool, the South African ladies are really trying very hard against this GB team. The first match between the two, I think GB won 5-0 or 4 something.
I've just got it here, it's 6-1. So
6-1.
South Africa doing well in this match to come back against.
Yeah, on Saturday they played at 1:28 p.m. and GB won that one 6-1, so a much better performance here by the South African team with 4 minutes 42 seconds to go in the first half. And
the ref there warning number 4, Rachel Davis, the captain, for barging. Just a warning to say that if he sees her doing it again, she will get sent out, which I'm sure Great Britain won't be happy with. Rachel Davis is a great, phenomenal player who's just controlling this game.
Rachel is very prominent. A lot of the play takes around Rachel, a lot of pressure on her as well to perform as the captain. With
great pick up there from Abby Calvert, but it's just stopped, called up by the refs. We've got barging by Victoria Crawford, who's been sent out for 1 minute. So Vicky Crawford from Pembroke there to sit out in sin bin and think about what she's done.
The well-marked pool, so it's easy for the players to identify where they should get out. They swim up to the side deck, and as they swim up, they can see sin bin, get out, sit on the deck, and as soon as they touch the side, the stopwatch starts. So it's a 1 minute penalty, a sin bin call there against GB. GB picks it up, swims hard there, Abigail Lorna. Again, a stoppage in play, unfortunately.
Barging by Great Britain. The
advantage was being played there.
Is specifically pointing at Rachel Davis, the captain, to sit out. So now it looks like GB are going to be in some great trouble here with 4 players in the water, no captain in the water.
Let's go SA. SA prepared to take the GB players on, swimming it straight to the goal area, picked up by GB. Advantage being played. Early break by GB. A circular movement of the ref's hand showing there. Early break. A lot of pressure on GB. Refs asked for a ref timeout to discuss that early break.
The ref is just using that timeout to give Great Britain a warning for encroachment. We've got Victoria Crawford.
Right, so South Africa in a very good position here to capitalise 6 against 4. Hard swim, not a good flick there by the South African player, unfortunately. Just small little fumble. Couldn't get the puck onto the South African attacking player in the goal box area. And GB get a breather as they swim hard and keep on swimming. Well done, GB.
Great drive there by Abby Calvert.
I can see that beautiful play there by the GB lady. Stick infringement against South Africa. GB capitalising on that hard, straight swim by the GB lady.
Blatant stick infringement by South Africa.
It all started with a small little fumble.
That drive by Abby Calvert, amazing drive.
Right, it's 1 minute 50 seconds to go in the first half. South Africa playing white, GB black. GB hard on the attack with all your 6 players back in the water, Lorna.
Yeah, definitely.
All 6 back in the water.
Yeah.
Full team, 6 on 6. And a flick straight into the South African player's stick and picked up and taken out wide underneath the substitution box on the far side of the pool. As the South Africans' bodies are down at the bottom, GB countering again, not allowing South Africa to get momentum. This time it's South Africa causing infringement, body blocking.
Barging, team warming to
Yeah.
South Africa. The ref looking specifically at number 13 there for South Africa.
You can see nothing's intentional. There's no real physical barging, body blocking. It just happens. Your body's just in the wrong position at the wrong time. The ref picks it up, and as a good ref does, he has to call it. And all the bodies are down there. South Africa's got 3 bodies down, 4 bodies down. Next one coming in. They don't want to give away a goal in the last 40 seconds of the match. Ref, timeout called. Let's see what they're going to discuss. Also, you got 3 refs in the water, 1 chief ref on deck, who will make the final call depending on the information he gets. And then you've got scorekeepers sitting on, as you're looking at the pool, as we're looking at it, on the left-hand side there's a table where the timekeepers and the scorekeepers sit. And there are 30 refs, 10 refs per team. And then they rotate, giving some refs the opportunity to rest. So 2 teams of 10 per session. So there are 3 sessions per day, and you have 1 off, 2 on.
So the refs there just calling for number 13 from South Africa to sit out unsportsmanlike conduct.
Jana, unfortunately, been asked to sit on the side. Jana, all the way from Eastern Cape, PE. And for your parents back home, you can be proud of your daughter as well, representing her country. So, and your left-handed player taking it out wide. South Africa allowing them to swim a long distance in the danger zone there, Lorna.
Yeah, Kenny Loggins zone. And then there's a flick forward there, trying to break through that South African formation. South Africa looking to just drive down the time here on that corner. They only have 15 seconds left of this first half. But seeing space, was a call by the refs. It's a legal knockdown by South Africa. Great Britain will receive an advantage puck, but I don't think there'll be enough time to use this. Nope, that's time for this first half. Great Britain under 19 women's versus South Africa under 19 women's. Some great play here by both teams. Great Britain leading with 2-0 going into the second half.
Yeah, no, so Jana is it low? I see she's got 4 minutes, so she had a 5-minute penalty.
Yeah, it was unsportsmanlike conduct.
So 5-minute penalty against Jana, so that's a serious infringement. 5 minutes probably the maximum you can get, and after that is total dismissal.
Yeah.
So she must have done something which upset the refs. Probably, I don't know if she had a team warning earlier, but that was a serious infringement. 5 minutes unsportsman conduct, asked to sit for 5 minutes on the pool. So Africa down to 5 against the 6 players in the water for... No, Rachel will still sit for a while, or is she also going in? Rachel's in.
Rachel's back. Yeah, no, sometimes it's a bit of an
Okay.
error. Yeah.
Right, so thank you very much for our sponsors contributing generously to this tournament. Euro Options, Talk, Bentfish Design, Howarth Timber and Buildings Suppliers, SRV, the British Octopus Association, coming to the party and putting up their hand to host this 2019 5th Age Group World Tournament, the Nottingham Building Society, My Zone, Google Graphics, the Teachers Union, SRG, Pepper Smith, Nervous John, and Booker Macro. Thank you very much to all the guys putting their hands in their pockets. And as I said, 13 countries participating at this World Championship, over 300 players, and I think just as many supporting staff behind the scenes in the commentating box, on deck, all over. Very friendly, helpful supporters making it possible to host this tournament. And a beautiful logo as well, being in Sheffield, obviously the steel capital of the UK in the 19th century. And you can still see the stacked chimneys, which aren't really blowing smoke anymore, but they've kept their heritage, looked after it. And a beautiful city for the kids to experience, Sheffield. Lovely walk in the evenings. We take up to the restaurant and back. Very safe, very clean. And it's a privilege to be here with 30 seconds to go. And all the parents watching, thank you very much for your support on a Monday morning, taking off from work and supporting your kids. South Africa playing white on the far side of the pool with only 5 players in the water. GB a full pack of 6. With 10 seconds to go, Jana would not like to sit there, but it happens.
It's a great rest though.
Sorry?
It's a good opportunity for a rest.
Yeah.
I find once I'm back in from the sin bin, I'm ready to go for a breakaway swim.
Yeah. Right, so we have start off play. And hard swim here by the GB lady. She'll get the puck. She'll slide it out to the left. And South Africa's right and bringing it back again, drawing the players in and catching South Africa slightly off foot there. South Africa expecting the puck to go much further left, and GB just bringing it out to the right, drawing the South African defence players in. And stick infringement, unfortunately, against GB as they were strong on the attack there.
I believe the ref was pointing at Vicky Crawford there, who sat out for 1 minute in the first half, so she should be a bit careful.
Right, yeah, you're right. Lorna, the refs on deck make notes of all the calls, all the infringement being made, just to remind them that it's now been 3 or 4 stick infringements and it's time for someone to sit on the side. You can see the refs have all got headsets on, not the ones in the water, but the chief ref and communication with the deck refs. And interesting, looking through the window here, one of the deck refs, the timekeepers, is Rudolf Pretorius from South Africa, as we have play underneath the substitution box of the South African side. Yeah, GB hard on the attack, 6 against 5, wave starting. They get closer to the danger zone there with your left-handed player, Lorna.
Yeah, some great drive, great work up into the South African half there by Great Britain. And there was some good defending from South Africa, but it looks like we've got a call from the refs. Number 13 ref is calling a barging foul by South Africa, so Great Britain getting an advantage puck just left central to the South African goal, which I'm sure they'll be nervous about.
The reason why the puck is placed so far back is that's where the infringement was caused, and they were allowing advantage, but no advantage, so the game gets called back and the puck gets placed there. Lorna, you can take us through.
Yeah, some good drive by Chloe Edwards there, but not quite making it to the forwards. Forwards not in the right position to receive that puck, and South Africa managed to intercept and take it to the corner, as you can see there. We've got a call by the refs. Stick infringement.
Good play, you know, the refs are really trying to keep the game flowing. They're playing a lot of advantage.
Yeah.
And that's good. I think this is the second infringement in 2.5 minutes in the second half. And refs indicating with that circular movement of their fingers. Good refereeing here. As Africa get a breather to kick off in their third of the pool, swimming it underneath their substitution box. And the refs are going down. It always helps to go down and to see what's happening. Against a call against
barging.
Is that against GB? Barging, not allowing South Africa space.
Number 5, Abby Hibbard from Great Britain. I actually play with Abby Hibbard back in Guildford, Underwater Hockey Club, which is down in the south, so not so pleased that she's in the sin bin, but I'll have words with her afterwards about how to avoid it.
Right, so South Africa 5-on-5, and Abigail and Jana will get back into the playing area together. And so it's 5-on-5, South Africa keeping the GB ladies at bay. Stick infringement against GB. For the people back home, it's good to see the refs indicating very clearly that for the infringements, good for the coach to see as well. Good for the players to know what am I doing wrong, as they don't do it intentionally. Refs ready. Off we go. Advantage puck with South Africa, prepared to take it up to the GB defenders up against the wall. Let's see if we can get some momentum going. Good breath hold there by the GB defence, just absorbing the pressure and taking it off the stick, flicking it up, Lana. Unfortunately, just as we said, the game is flowing.
Number 7, Chloe Edwards, the vice captain, being sent out for 1 minute, barging by Great Britain.
You could see there, Jana wanting to jump into the pool. She's very keen to get back. Been sitting there for a while.
Yeah, you would be after 5 minutes.
Right, so it's Africa advantage puck with 2 GB players. One outside, 6 African players in the water now against the 5 of GB. As South Africa are underneath the GB substitution box, stoppage and play. Is the puck over the side? No. Infringement called against the GB girls.
Number 11, Rosie Winter there, barging. Great Britain being a bit sloppy with the game here, giving loads of fouls away for South Africa.
Yeah.
In the second half.
Right, so off we go again. Just only the substitution box. Open puck for South Africa. The GB defender coming down a bit slow, and South Africa, if they can keep going, keep swimming, picked up by GB, unfortunately taking it to the side. That was a frantic moment for the GB defence, and I think that's a finish off by South Africa.
Well, the call was before that went into the goal. And that's gloving.
Sorry?
It's a penalty.
Penalty for South Africa. We had the opportunity yesterday, Mark, Lorna. Yeah, and we didn't take it. I can't remember against who it was. But anyway, let's see if South Africa can finish this one off. And who will be in the water for you, Rachel?
Lorna. I've got Jasmine Lydiard from Team Southwest taking this.
Let's see what we're going to do here. Good play by South Africa. Excellent. Flicked over the stick of the GB defender and finished off. So South Africa will be very happy with that score. 2-1 looks much better than 2-0. Thank you.
Some good clean play there by South Africa getting that goal.
Yeah, yesterday the score was 6-1 for GBR. Score yesterday 6-1. It's now 2-1. Angela Moss, number 4 for South Africa. Well played there, South Africa, putting a lot of pressure on GB. And GB still 5 players in the water. South Africa's got all 6 back, and off they go. GB again. This is a very fast swimmer from GB, very strong swimmer. As you see, she gets the puck on the kickoff. And out they go to the side. Who was that? Who takes your kickoff?
That was Abby Calvert from Yorkshire Ladies, number 9.
Yeah, Abby Calvert.
Very fast swimmer, and you can see her there again picking up that
very
puck.
Prominent player, that lady number 9 from GB. Stoppage and play call due to infringement, stick infringement against South Africa. We've got to be careful, South Africa. GB's got a lot of pressure on us. We need all 6 players in the water. Fresh legs coming in underneath the substitution box. Look at Kevin there, Kevin Langston. Getting very excited. Very difficult to keep your emotions in bay. As we have GB hard on the attack on the far side of the pool. Swimming down the barrier. Waiting for the opportunity to come in.
Amazing
and just too strong.
I'm back up from Rachel Davis, the captain there. Sensational work there by both GB ladies, just kicking their legs with the support. Great goal. And it's awarded to Rachel Davis, the captain, number 4.
Except for the great goal, Lorna, it was good coverage as well. Good to see the move that GB had there, swimming straight and flat. Rachel, again. Right, captain. Against your name. Good play there by GB. Good coverage. Good to watch. We had a lot of stop and goes, but the game is now starting to flow again. And a team timeout called by Kevin. You could see earlier a frantic swaying of arms and motivating his players and probably talking Afrikaans. Well, it's my native language. So sometimes I struggle with the English, and sometimes words slip out which shouldn't slip out.
You have been warned about that.
Team warning against foul language. Right, so South Africa 3-1 down. Oh yeah, they 3-1 down with a goal being scored. Team timeout called by Kevin Langston. Like I said, he's got players which are highly motivated. A young team from South Africa. They're proud to wear the protea, and they will not go down sitting. Picked up by South Africa from off the stick from the GB player, and that's nearly number 3 had it there from GB, going over the body. Good play there by Ella. South Africa still got that. Number 14 from South Africa, Bronwyn, staying down at the bottom, giving support. Number 6 coming in from the back there by Shante. Come on, South Africa. Bronwyn swimming hard again, keeping her body down. The lower down you get, the better you can kick. Number 10 there from South Africa, also trying. Gemma Miller trying to get it away. You've got 3 GB players. Good save there, as she was looking at flicking it, but deciding against it. Good call there by the South African player, Gemma.
Yeah, I was just gloving up the wall. The 2 South African players trying to stop that drive. I just forgot about which player was trying to create that drive at the wall. I think it was Victoria Crawford, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
It's all going so fast.
Right, so advantage for GB. Hard on the attack inside the South African half against the wall. Good footage here, as you can see. Barging again
And
against GB.
Gloving by Rosie Winter.
Using the glove. Very difficult sometimes. As you touch the puck with the glove, you realize you made a mistake, but the advantage was there and they need to call it. So it's on the 2-meter line just inside the South African half, and will be taken by South Africa, playing up against the wall. The captain and trying very hard to get momentum going, trying to swim straight through the middle there on the side of the pool. Up on the side, number 14 coming in again, Bronwyn. 3 South African players. That puck can pop out to number 7 Abigail. We could open some play there, and a lot of pressure on GB. That gloving again, yes. Unfortunately against GB, gloving.
Need to be careful on that right hand wall. Just need to turn that stick over, like in the first half, how number 6 vice captain did.
Right, so it's placed on the 2-meter, inside the 2-meter, on just inside the half, and off we go. Number 3 taking it. It's our captain. Number 6 here, Shantae. Good video coverage. Nice for the supporters watching live. Beautiful coverage we have here. Helping a lot. Good turn.
Good drive up that back wall by those backs, but the forwards players for
Come on, South Africa.
In the right place to receive it.
Are you sure you've only got 6 players in the water? It just looks like you've got 8 or 10 there, Lorna. Because we just can't get through.
We've got 6, because I can see 4 in the sub bin.
Well played there. Beautiful move there by GB. And unfortunately, allowing the GB lady to swim. And nobody can stop that speedster. It was your left-handed player.
Rachel Davis, the captain, again.
Well, Rachel doing very well. Unfortunately for South Africa, not keeping it tight enough. Doing some very good play, but as soon as Rachel gets going, we should definitely get to know what she eats, because it helps a lot.
I'll be getting her a donut later.
Right, so Rachel scored 3 goals in this game number 80. Oh, we're 93 already. So off we go at the start of the match with 4 minutes to go.
South Africa strong on that strike. Good body positioning. Good. Oh, sorry.
That's it. Thank you, Lorna. Giving you coverage at the bottom of the pool.
Yep. And just an interception there by Great Britain.
South Africa once allowing the GB ladies to start swimming. You can see there are a lot of tired bodies here. They've played their hearts out. The first match yesterday or on Saturday was 6-1. Let's see if we can get to 4-2. That'll be good for South Africa. Underneath the substitution box, substitution taking place. No advantage against stick infringement caused earlier in the match, so that we called back. South Africa will take that with 3 minutes 30 seconds to go. Kevin giving some advice there. Once again, I think he'll be talking in Afrikaans, and off they go. He's not very fluent in Afrikaans, so Kevin will talking a mixed English Afrikaans. South Africa down at the bottom of the pool on the far side, opening it up. I just need to get the puck out. Be careful. We're opening it up, and we need to keep possession. Good turn there, and picked up by the GB lady. Number 9, good play there by Abby. And we have number 1 there, strong kick there by
11, Rosie Winter.
Abby. Come on, South Africa. It's absolutely stunning coverage we have here. This TV coverage is really very good.
Again, Rosie Winter gloving up that wall. I mean, she is a South Sea player, and they are known to being quite foully, but and I am told that the person who coaches her and her sister is a dirty, filthy player, so are we surprised?
That was a good pass there from South Africa onto the stick of the South African wing, and good stay down there by the GB lady. Just couldn't stay down long enough, and South Africa opening up space. Come on, keep on swimming, we need support. We need to get in behind the play before the GB lady picks it up. She was hanging onto the barrier, not picked up by the ref, as South Africa keep on going, and picked up once again by the GB defenders, bring it into the inside. Luckily they couldn't get momentum, because that was Lorna getting very excited here next to me, as she knew that was an open play area, and that's where GB wants to play, as you can see there. As soon as the GB get their swimmers to swim, very difficult to stop that wave.
By Rachel Davis, the captain, the support by her forwards just not quite in the right position. Just they were looking to get a side flick, but she doesn't know they were there, and South Africa managing to intercept that. We've now got to drive up that left-hand side of the wall. Got a call from the refs here. Playing advantage for a stick infringement earlier by South Africa. Great Britain getting an advantage puck on the South African goal line.
Yes, GB hard on the attack. South Africa defender causing a infringement, and so they get the advantage puck, as Lorna said, inside the danger zone they go, and picked up by South Africa. Good swim, get it out to your wing. Yes, and she keeps on going. Good defence there by the GB lady, just staying down, not allowing South Africa any space. 1 minute to go, stoppage and play. Stopwatch will stop in the last 2 minutes. Playing advantage for South Africa against GB. South Africa with 9 players representing South Africa in this very, very well organised tournament, the 5th World Age Group in Sheffield. Good TV coverage as Lorna switches to the bottom view. South Africa take it to the far side. South Africa's got bodies at the bottom, 4 down, 5 down. Good play there, South Africa. GB pick it up again. The GB girls don't open up. As you can just good defensive play. Unfortunately for South Africa, again into the middle area, danger area, swimming out to the side. Well done, South Africa. Good play there by GB. They just couldn't capitalise. That's the reason. 1 minute out for South African player, and a ref timeout will be called for that infringement. It could have been a goal if the infringement wasn't there. So let's see what they decide as they go to the side of the pool. Chief ref.
Vice captain number 6 there for South Africa being sent out. 1 minute for barging.
Is that Chante? Yeah, Chante Bresler. Well, it was a frantic defensive play there by South Africa, as you had 2 of your strong swimmers there coming down on the South African defender.
Definitely.
You could see it was open play, and that's where most of the GB goals were scored from open play, with the speedsters coming in and just creating space, putting a lot of pressure on South African defenders. This is a long discussion about dinner tonight. Let's see what they're going to decide here. Ref timeout, stoppage of play as they discuss it. I don't know if they're all English-speaking refs in the water. Sometimes a bit difficult to communicate. If you have a French ref and a Colombian ref and a Canadian ref and Argentinian ref and speaking some broken English, let's see if they can get to agreement.
So team warning for gloving to South Africa.
So it's advantage.
Sending another player out for South Africa, number 3, if I can just make that out.
Will that be the captain? So it's captain and vice captain.
Oh, that's cute. Sat in the sin bin together.
Is that cute, Lorna?
Yeah.
That's a disaster. And get the footage going at the bottom of the pool as GB swimming straight to the goal face, and they should finish it off. Gref's in a very excellent, good position. Well done, South Africa. Look at the GB ladies. They want to finish it off on a high. South Africa says no way. Swimming into the corner. If South Africa can keep it out, that'll be very good for their moral. Penalty being called. Stop watch, and ref, is it a penalty? Ref decide. Yeah, they're taking up the.
Penalty shot
They're going to
Due
talk
to that
to each other. Let's see what
clubbing
they're discussing.
up that back wall by South Africa. Number 3, Ella Thompson. Number 4, Rachel Davis, the captain, taking the penalty shot for Great Britain. Can't quite see the number for South Africa. Do you know who that is?
Number 4.
No, for South Africa. Is it Zoe?
Is it? Okay. Defender is the Zonodia, Benny's daughter, who will decide that she'll defend it. And we'll put the cameras onto the bottom as soon as the refs put their hands up to signal start of play.
Try and get the camera as close as possible for this coverage.
Yes, and refs are ready, players are ready. The buzzer could have gone. Good play.
Clean flick there by Rachel Davis, the captain.
Refs calling I think definitely. The buzzer didn't go and the GB lady went down.
Yeah.
You can't go down. No goal.
No.
You can't false start the penalty.
Oh, did you replay it?
Yeah. Well done, Bruno.
Let's see what the call is. No goal being called.
You can't break on a penalty. Restart. Don't need to say no goal. Just say breaking.
So we'll have start of play. Puck will be placed in the middle. As the refs take up their position, just giving them some general rules.
Interesting.
No goal.
Repositioning of the puck by the ref.
Yes, it'll be start off play. Puck will be placed in the middle of the pool, and South Africa will take that. It'll be very good for their spirits.
I'm happy with this.
All right. So with 12 seconds to go, that should be the final score of game number 93 in Court A, with Lurie van der Walt and Chantay Bresler sitting on the side. 7 seconds to go. Keep them at bay, South Africa. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Game, set and match for GB. Game 93, Court A. Well done, GB. South Africa playing their hearts out. Saturday was 6-1. Today 4-1. And Lorna, it was a pleasure joining you once again in the commentating box.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
No problem.